Hi, I'm Wayne Roberts, have Notebook Will Travel. I'm a food writer and activist, and I'm here in Honduras to see what the farmers here have to teach us about food security and its relation to biodiversity. Looking out the window on the drive from the San Pedro Sula airport to the Honduran mountains to the southeast, I see mile after mile of fertile and flat banana and sugarcane plantations. Wall-to-wall banana. Then we climb into the mountains, where the challenges of farming get steeper, along with the slopes. It's the people who farm these plots who have so much to teach the rest of the world. These are people who have made a virtue out of necessity. They are working in the mountains not because they love the mountain air and the uncertainty of climate on a mountain and the exposure to all the elements.
This is an experiment with 5 different varieties of beans.
They're living up in the mountains because they've been pushed back from the lands that they once occupied, first by the Spanish and now by modern agriculture and the Green Revolution, that literally grabbed all the land that was in the easiest, most accessible, most fertile, and easiest to grow on, and pushed them up into the mountains. In a certain sense, they've suffered a benign neglect that as a result of their isolation, they've been able to hold on to their culture. But we need to recognize that they've made a virtue out of necessity, and they've learned how to farm in the mountains in a way that will endure over the ages and actually not only supply food for themselves, but to nourish nature as well. What I love about seeds is really the metaphor of seeds as the beginning of life and the hope for new life.
Las personas tenemos en el occidente de Honduras mucho amor y mucho respeto por la semilla.
But for the hillside farmers of Honduras who've gathered here on our first day in Urito to show off their new and old varieties of seeds, these small embryonic plants are also a crucial connection with their past.
Una variedad criolla es una variedad que ha sido sembrada por mucho tiempo por nuestros agricultores, que nuestros ancestros ya la sembraban. En el proceso no queremos perder nuestras variedades criollas, y especialmente es para proteger nuestra cultura y todos los consejos que nuestros abuelos nos dieron. Por eso conservamos nuestras variedades.
For these farmers, protecting their culture means protecting their seeds. And that's why the next morning we take a bumpy ride up into the hills to the little community of Santa Cruz. We want to find out just what or who it is the farmers here are protecting their seeds from.
Por ejemplo, en la parte valle que ven ustedes, ya no van a hallar variedades de las que ahora tenemos nosotros acá. Porque hay una invasión de...
After years of trying, local farmers and FIPAH members finally have the chance to tell government officials about some of their biggest worries.
Si usted ve ahorita, va por el Valle de Lloro, solo mira de un maíz, que es la florecita morada, solo ese ve. Entonces todo es transgénico, no hay variabilidad. Y yo le decía...
Industrial agriculture is pushing transgenic or genetically engineered seeds along with the use of pesticides and herbicides.
Imagine, hay un material que es resistente a basta, a rando y a los gusanos. Tiene 3. Y no crean que eso es que sea bueno, porque ¿a dónde creen que está eso? Eso está en la semilla.
For these farmers, modifying seeds for the sake of patents and profits is both environmentally and ethically wrong.
Claro, los transgénicos tienen muy buenos rendimientos, pero a nosotros no nos preocupa el rendimiento, nos preocupa la seguridad o la soberanía alimentaria.
Food security, food sovereignty, and how they relate to biodiversity, that's what I want to learn about, because it's a subject that matters to the whole world. And it turns out that some of the best teachers anywhere are right here on the hills of Honduras.
Por naturaleza, pues, aprendemos a cultivar la tierra, ¿verdad? Como por tradición, ¿verdad? De familia.
It all started with the CIALs. These are the groups that USC Canada, together with FIPAH, which stands for the Foundation for Participatory Research with Honduran Farmers, helped the farmers to organize.
En un grupo de investigación agrícola, ¿verdad? Local, en el año 2003, con un grupo de unos 17 personas, ¿verdad? De la zona.
Muy tolerante.
There are 3 key components to CIAL strategy.
Bueno, hemos estado involucrados todos los miembros del CIAL en la parte de...
Do careful scientific research.
Que el maíz en realidad En su condición natural, él es resistente a la sequía.
Work together
Se nos va a ir quitando esa variabilidad.
and share results with other CLs in nearby communities.
Ya a partir de noviembre, diciembre vamos a tener banco
And
lleno.
there are two key goals.
Luego, Jiménez...
First, protect the traditional plant varieties
Perdiendo algunas plantas.
because they're the ones that have stood the test of
Es
time.
muy importante para el presente y en el futuro.
Second, develop new plant varieties in hopes of meeting the challenges that climate chaos is going to be unleashing on all of us. We think of innovation as being the work of only of scientists hired by major corporations or brilliant Steve Jobs or whatever, but here you see a totally different kind of grassroots innovation.
Dentro de las primeras líneas que llegaron segregantes de frijol, algunas fueron saliendo y se fueron
The
descartando.
lead is always from the farmers on the ground.
Pero algunos agricultores no las dejaron, las adoptaron y le siguieron un proceso.
And innovation not only in production that will make money, but production that will help the planet.
Luego, los suelos aquí han sido muy lavados los suelos. Sí, porque las tormentas que están debido a los cambios climáticos son tan fuertes que está degradando, está lavando los suelos. Entonces,
Los CIALes han hecho un cambio importante en la vida de miles de personas en el país.
Aquí estas otras tres no tienen tarjeta, son hembras.
Anteriormente, el que hace agricultura es alguien muy pobre generalmente, que no tiene otra opción más que hacer agricultura.
Estoy también utilizando lo que son barreras. Tenemos barreras vivas bastante.
Los CIALes han venido a cambiar esa perspectiva. En específico, los CIALes han provocado que los agricultores inicialmente se sientan parte de algo, que al estar organizados ellos se sienten que son tomados en cuenta en la sociedad.
Eso me está ayudando y hay barreras que tienen una altura como de 1,5 metros, unas están de otras, porque eso suelo se ha ido manteniendo ahí, ¿verdad? Manteniendo el suelo.
Para hacer agricultura hay mucho de arte, de artistas.
Nosotros le llamamos arbolitos.
Los agricultores o las agricultoras que producen semilla tienen dentro de esas capacidades mucha arte para hacer el trabajo y ciencia.
There's another skill I admired, a technical skill. It turns out that admiring a skill and mastering it are two quite different things, which just adds to my respect for people who know how to use the right tool for the right job. It's called appropriate technology, and I saw it everywhere I went in Honduras. Small scale, energy efficient, and environmentally sound. But just because these things endure doesn't mean that the world here isn't changing.
Tengan muy buenos días. Mi nombre es Simona Pérez.
One of the biggest changes, thanks to the work of the CIALs, has to do with the part that women are now playing.
El objetivo de
Not just in farming,
hacer este trabajo
but in everyday life.
para seleccionar
When you meet the women here, what is confirmed is this very simple fact. You can start working on food, you can start working on seeds, but before long you get to people.
tener buenas semillas, ¿verdad? Para seguirla sembrando todo el año que queramos nosotros.
And this is an incredible human development project, not just a seed development project. And so every one of the women we spoke to had a before and after story.
Cuando yo era niña, pues, lastimosamente no tenía padres, ¿verdad? Solamente andaba aquí y allá, ¿verdad? Y no conocía mucho de lo que supuestamente era la vida, ¿verdad?
And the before was, before this program by CIAL, I was afraid to go out and speak in public. I was sometimes afraid to go out and be seen in public. I didn't think I had anything of use to contribute.
Voy a decir así que la mujer, como yo, así he sido trabajadora. ¿va?
And now I go and speak at a community meeting. One woman was, I'm going to be running for mayor of my town.
Por ejemplo, este maíz yo con mis hijas le ayudamos a mi esposo a sembrarlo.
And I am a co-worker with my husband. I manage our household budget together with him. They have just taken a huge step in their own personal development that was permitted and that was actually supported by their husbands. Because of the CIAL project and the way it works.
Yo lo hago porque eso se ayuda mucho, se ayuda mucho.
Nos vamos a ir al lado de arriba porque está más grande el café y está produciendo.
Another big challenge for farming has to do with raising not new crops, but new farmers. Globally, the major issue on the future of agriculture is that you can't have a future if everybody who's in it is over 60.
Aquí nos encontramos en la parcela del CIAL Juvenil Jóvenes en Acción de Santa Cruz.
And young people everywhere are leaving the farming as an occupation in the rural areas of the country to head into the city.
Estamos viendo lo que es el frijol. Aquí nos encontramos. Ya está bichuelando. Tiene flores todavía.
So anyone who's concerned about future food security is concerned about providing opportunities for youth.
Sacamos el producto y lo vendemos. Pero almacenamos.
And that's one of the big projects here.
Para alimentarnos y también vendemos para mantenernos, pagar nuestros estudios de ahí mismo también.
Sí. Bueno, entonces pues la pregunta que me hace usted, yo me siento feliz porque he andado con el CIAL adulto, hace poco tiempo me incorporé y están despreciando aquí porque aquí hay cosas buenas de aprender, no solo en la ciudad, hay ir a aprender cosas nuevas, sino que aquí también.
The conditions that can produce good conclusions exist here. This is very poor soil, and yet they're growing intense corn. It's the highest corn I've ever seen. It's very productive. They're growing very intensively with their beans. So they have figured out something, which is how to grow productively and how to protect nature from other parts of nature, like from the hurricane and storm parts. So, to my mind, it tells you we can build an agriculture which is good for the planet. We do not have to have agriculture which is bad for the planet.